Today, we will review JPostman Release 1.1.3. Starting with Release 1.1.0, native JUnit and TestNG support was added to reduce boilerplate code and make API test flows cleaner. As we know, in Java projects we need to update the pom.xml. I will change the version from 1.0.5 to 1.1.3. Instead of using separate dependencies for TestNG, jpostman-core, and jpostman-secure, I will use only jpostman-testng. We can remove the unused testing.version property. Remember to get the latest changes from the Maven repository. Move the mouse over pom.xml, right-click, go to Maven, and select Update Project. In the Update Maven Project dialog, click the OK button. Since we moved the environment values into secret, the context can resolve the request values for us. Now, we can remove .builder.build and make the code cleaner. In the new release, SecureContext.from can accept an API executor, not only an API response. This means we can remove the extra.response call. Before using resToken.path access token, it is recommended to validate that the field exists. I will add an assertion for this field and intentionally type the field name incorrectly to show the validation error message. We also need to import static assert true. Let's run the code. The test failed with java.lang.assertion error, expected true, but found false. I prefer to replace this default message with my own custom message. In TestNG, the second parameter lets us provide a custom assertion message. I will also temporarily change the first status code assertion from 200 to 400 to show the error output. I press Ctrl plus F11 to run the code. The console shows only the first assertion failure, which is valid in most cases. But if we want to validate all assertions in one run, we need to use a SoftAssert class. First, I will import org.testng.asserts.softassert and create a new SoftAssert instance. Then I will update both assertions to use asserts as the prefix. If we run the code now, the test will still pass even when soft assertions fail. To report those failures, we need to add asserts.assertAll at the end of the test method. Now the console contains both assertion errors. We can scroll to review more details, including the request and response log generated by secure.log, with sensitive fields masked. However, in the current implementation, the second request is still executed even when the first request has assertion failures. Since the later code uses the correct access token field, the second request does not fail, but we should stop the test before calling it. In most test frameworks, it is better to create separate @test methods for separate scenarios. I will move the selected block into a new test method named getCurrentAuthUser. After this refactor, we have two compiler errors. The first one is related to resToken.path access token, because resToken is no longer visible across methods. A cleaner option is to store the token using SecureContext.cache. Now I will read access token from the cache instead of resToken.path access token. Since the cached value can be any type, I will call toString. To resolve the error call cannot be resolved, we need to move collection call to the class level. Then we can initialize it once from ctx.getCollection in the new setup method. I would also like to move this initialization block into a TestNG setup method. Then I will rename SecureContext Secure to SecureContext Base and update all references in the code to use the new class variable. After running the code, I got a null pointer exception. This is a common Java error when a variable is used before it is initialized. The initialization happens in our new setup method, so we need to tell TestNG to run this method before any test by using the before class annotation. In Eclipse, we can use Quick Fix to resolve this error. Click the error marker next to @before class or press Ctrl+1, then double-click Import before class to add the correct import automatically. If we run the code now, we get another null pointer exception in the cache.get call. This means the access token value was not saved yet because getCurrentAuthUser ran before test1. To fix the execution order, we can use TestNG dependsOnMethods and make getCurrentAuthUser depend on the login test. But first, I will rename the test1 method. Right-click the test1 method, go to Refactor, and select Rename. I will rename the method to getTokens and press Enter. Now I will make getCurrentAuthUser depend on the getTokens test by adding dependsOnMethods equals getTokens to the test annotation. After running the project, we can see one expected failure from the getTokens test. The getCurrentAuthUser test was skipped because it depends on getTokens. Now I will change the status code back to the expected 200 and update my access token back to access token. Then I will press Ctrl plus F11. After running the project again, both tests passed. dependsOnMethods works only in TestNG. In the next video, we will review the jpostman style for writing tests across different frameworks with only minor changes. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next tutorial.